Hello, welcome to Mindful Musings. I'm Dee Dee, your host. Well, happy New Year's Eve. So it is December 31st, 2025. Pardon me, I'm a little distracted. Two of my kitty cats are over in the corner, kind of like, you know. Oh, I love them. They teach me so much. And our pets do, don't they? Animals are from the angelic realms. They're not angels, but they are from the angelic realms. So their purpose is to teach us about unconditional love. And they choose us. It's a mutual choosing, but so it's always such a blessing. And I have learned so much from my kitty cats, from having, heartbreak to absolute joy, but definitely the experience of unconditional love and cherishing, learning how to cherish every moment. So anyway, we were talking about New Year's Eve. You do know, let's just preface this whole, December 31st, 2025, that's a linear concept, that's the Gregorian calendar. It's something like that the collective has agreed upon. Okay, so that being said, in a very linear fashion, it's a new year, or it will be a new year, and this is the completion of a 9-year cycle leading into the beginning, new beginnings, initiations, progress, and we are releasing. So again, I say that because there's other energies in play, of course, and do I really know and how to explain that? No, but I'll trust my spirit guides, my spirit team, to help me out on whatever messaging there is about the celebration. And yes, indeed, there is celebration. 2025, the culmination of that 9-year cycle, again, on this linear concept whole thing, it presented a great deal of challenges and difficulties and beautiful moments. And I think a good majority of us are going to be, or we are very gratefully saying goodbye to 2025. And as we do so, I do want to encourage all of us to reflect on the lessons, the blessings, what we have learned through this last year and through this entire 9-year cycle that started in 2017. Just reflecting upon that. Don't get lost in it, but just reflecting. And this amazing recognition, I think is the right word I want to say, is that for many, many of us, and there's just been this, oh my God, what is the world coming to? There's so much negativity. There's so much darkness. I want it like it was in the old days, Anyway, first of all, that's not going to happen. And second of all, we don't really want that. Because, especially these past 9 years, but this has been happening beforehand, obviously, but especially the last 9 years has been all about shedding that boom, bright light on that which has been hidden. And that's the consciousness, that's the awareness that more and more of the collective is now seeing it. And it's been exposed, and believe me, the residual will continue, obviously, for at least a few months into 2026. But we reflect on the good old days and go, well, gosh, it was so much easier then, or this wasn't happening. Yes, it was. We just weren't aware of it. We, the collective, were not in a higher place of consciousness enough to be able to see it. And now that it has been exposed and continues to be exposed, and yeah, it's doing its final kicking and screaming, it's so that we can see it and do something about it. And it means not going back to the old world, the old guard. You know, people my age and older, the old way of thinking. That means globally electing younger people who think outside of the box, who have a whole different kind of consciousness going on, to create new systems. So let us celebrate, yes, that the collective has gotten to such a stage of consciousness to allow ourselves to see the dirt, to see the corruption, the greed, the separateness, the racism, the just horrific stuff. We're seeing it now. Whereas before, we'd get a glimpse of it and go, oh, well, something needs to be done. And the powers that be would go, oh yeah, we fixed it. And they covered it up, didn't address it. It was just suppressed. We're beyond that place now, and that's good news. We're beyond the place of being able to sweep it under the carpet, to sweep it under and to hide it anymore. It is out, it is exposed. More will be exposed, I am sure, simply because we declare this a linear end of 2025. Okay, we're done with that. Now let's create new. Probably doesn't happen that way. We will have residual exposure of seeing that which we were not prepared to see in the past. That will continue for a while. Yet the good news is we are seeing it, and we are strong enough to deal with it, to handle it, and we have the consciousness available to us to create new, to see what didn't work, and to dismantle it, and to create the new. Am I making sense here? That's just kind of what's coming in. But of that, yes, and to really acknowledge yourself. Many, many people have been experienced just brutal, double, triple whammies, hit on all levels, whether it's on a social level, a health level, governmental level, educational level, financial level. All these different levels have been hit, exposed, so that we can see clearly that the light is shining so bright. You know how that image of there's a dark room and you flip on the lights and all the cockroaches that were there go, ooh, scatter. But in the dark, you weren't aware that it was there. That is what this last year in particular, but this whole last 9-year cycle and more has been all about. And we chose to be here. We chose to incarnate on the earth at this time, at this incredibly transformational time. And what courage that takes. So please, as you celebrate, as you ring in the new year, whatever your tradition is, whatever you feel, how you wish to acknowledge it, give yourself a big hug and open your heart to receive the love and the acknowledgement, the appreciation of the amount of integrity and clarity and growth that it has taken for us to get to this place in history. Excuse me. Need to drink some water here. Please remember to stay hydrated. That's part of self-care, taking care of yourself. And you know, all this talk of ascension and moving to higher levels of consciousness and ew, yuck, gross, the 3D, Well, yeah. The more I ponder, the more still I become, the more I am aware, in my opinion, and the information I receive is that, I'm going to say it again. It's evolutionary. It is not, to the best of my knowledge, and again, knowledge is so linear, it's not, oh, I rebuke the 3D consciousness and I am going to reside in 5D, and in 5D, once I am residing in 5D, I will be in total peace and bliss, and everything is going to run smoothly and beautifully. No, I don't think that's the case. It's a choice, and we're building our muscle to be able to reside in that 5D higher consciousness, because there's higher consciousness, more consciousness than that. But we've been working our spiritual muscles to be able to sustain that choice level of choosing harmony, choosing peace, choosing love. We're gaining the strength to live there, to reside there for longer periods of time. But we're still going to experience 3D. And that 4D, well, that's kind of that transition place, where we're kind of like, oh, yeah, experiencing this, I'm not quite sure what to do with it, so I kind of feel frustrated and blah, 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 blah. That's kind of the 4D place, my understanding. But 5D, that consciousness level doesn't mean we're not going to experience anger and frustration and grief and bliss and joy and creativity. We're still going to experience that. It just means that we are in a place of consciousness where we're going to choose to not dwell in it, to not dwell in the muck and the mire and in the drama and the chaos. It'll raise its head and we're going to experience the anger and the grief and those different emotions. But remember, emotions are just energy in motion. We will allow ourselves to experience it without clinging onto it and resisting it, because it's in the resistance of it, or the holding on to it so tightly, that creates that denser energy. We will allow ourselves to experience it because it's only the judgments that we have placed upon emotions that create the stuckness, or that create the dis-ease. That will still exist. We will just consciously allow ourselves to experience it and release it and alchemize it. It's what we've been talking about in umpteen videos. It's a choice. Every moment, are you going to choose drama and chaos and separation and greed and selfishness? Or are you going to choose in that moment forgiveness and compassion and unity and joy and upliftment? It's always a choice. And I guess that 40 is that place where we're in the midst of choosing. Maybe, I don't know. But I just wanted to kind of express that. At least that's what's coming through is the higher consciousness is not something you achieve and boom, you're there and everything is just hunky-dory. No, we're still living here and we still relate with each other. There's still problems to resolve, to collaborate on solutions with. It's just we're coming at it from a higher level, a higher perspective, a lighter consciousness, awareness level, and not getting stuck in the muck and the mire and the density of the 3D. Making any sense? I don't know. Well, that was kind of interesting, all of that coming through. But anyway, it is cause to acknowledge ourselves, to trust the process, to trust the universe, to choose in every moment to come back into presence, to come back into the now. Not worry about the past, not fret about the future, but come here, right now. Using our tools of grounding, of breathing, of being compassionately detached, neutral, and living coherently, living resonance, that when we are in the present moment, we will make inspired choices, inspired decisions based on presence. That is living a higher 5D consciousness where it's responsibly, resonantly choosing as opposed to emotionally reacting. And celebrate that we, as a collective, have reached that threshold to be able to shine the light on all that was dark and seedy and not for the highest good. for the future and for now. Celebrate that we are at this point in our humanitarian evolution to consciously choose, and that you are an integral part of it. For every time you choose love over fear, every time you choose community and unity over separation and war, every time you choose, we lift the consciousness and our ability to create new. And it will require non-linear. It will require letting go of the old guard and the old world and the attachment to the way it was, into this illusion that we were better off. That might be questionable. That may have just all been an illusion of being better off because we weren't exposed to the manipulation that was going on. Cloaked. That cloak, that veil is being lifted so that we can see, and that we can, from a place of sovereignty, reclaim our authenticity, reclaim our power, because that was living in an illusion where we gave away our sense of power, gave away our authority to an external source, where the manipulations were so dense that we weren't aware of the cover-up of all the corruption, the greed, and the malice. That is being lifted, that, in this very, very powerful time that we're living in. Yes, I would anticipate it will still be a bit murky, and yet the shift is occurring, and it only gets better because we are reclaiming our sovereignty. We are reclaiming our love, our compassion, our forgiveness. One heart at a time, one light at a time. So I would encourage all of us, if we are reflecting, let it go. Let it go with love, with blessings, and with compassion and forgiveness, and this open heart, open mind, this connection. Reside in the spaciousness of what we will create together from a place of sovereignty and presence. Okay, let me see if my spirit team wants to say anything more through the oracle cards for the highest and greatest good. Just a reminder, if you like my videos, thank you very much. Thank you for subscribing. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, and if you're in the Kansas City area, Wednesday evening sound bowl sessions will be resuming a week from tonight. So on January 7th, we will resume Wednesday sound bowls, and then I will be facilitating other classes at the Energy Within as well, but they're all in the links below. Anyway, let's see. Who wants to chat? For the highest, greatest good. Divine Masters, Wait, no, gateways came in. Okay. We'll see what happens here. Oopsie. Denise Lynn, the Gateway Oracle. So much. There's so much. Be compassionate. Let go of any judgments. You experience what you experience. There is no right or wrong. Do not force yourself into jubilation and celebration if that's not what's in your heart. But I do encourage you to nurture yourself. Get outside. I know here in the Midwest it's cold, but get out there and go hug that tree anyway. Because nature, Mother Earth, is here to assist us. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I didn't expect it. Okay, there's 3 of these. Let's see. Wow. Okay, this is all beautiful, very, very appropriate to the linear new year of new birth. Well, yeah, new birth. This is giving birth. I am bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. And boy, howdy, isn't that true? But there is stillness. Allow yourself to reside in the stillness, in the quiet. Allow yourself the quiet of the womb. The stillness, the replenish, the rejuvenation that is required to give birth to the new. And yes, Earth, the United States, the globe will be giving birth to new energies. But remember that birth canal can be kind of, ooh, that's where we are right now. But know that what lies ahead is a dynamic new energy of endless possibilities, infinite possibilities of love and newness, higher consciousness, followed by believing in magic. True magic is abounding in my life. Yes. So as we give birth, don't put any limitations on it. Allow yourself to believe the expansiveness that all can be created in a highly dynamic way. Believe in the magic of the power of the now. Our words create magic. So be very conscious of the word level, of what you speak and of what thoughts you are allowing in your head. For what we focus on, what we speak, comes to be in this higher consciousness. Sharing of yourself. I am an incredibly generous being. Yes. Share your gifts. Share your heart. Share your love. Be ready to have all these definitions that we've clung onto. Let go of the old definitions of what service is, of what productivity is, of whatever, the old that no longer serves. What if service, being of service, is simply a being of the heart, of sharing our love, of sharing our sovereignty, of sharing presence. And being in the presence, then we know other ways to serve, other ways to create. But that the busyness and what we have in the past declared as productive and successful, that dissolves, and we have new ways that are more aligned. What if being of service and being successful is being in alignment, in the present, and walking and living in coherence. Choice, moment by moment, choosing coherence, choosing the now. And that when we slip back, it's not regression, it's not slipping back, it's an opportunity to bring ourselves back into the now. Because we're learning. We're not going to achieve it and just stay there plateau. We're evolving. We're ever evolving, ever raising our consciousness, raising the level. It's never a done deal. Because we're here on this magnificent planet Earth, Gaia, experiencing what it is to be a humanity that is evolving, and how glorious it is to be able to experience it all and be able to transcend, to alchemize, the magic of alchemy, the magic of creating through our vibration. Because remember, we create where our vibration, where our frequency is. And that's what we are doing as a humanity. We're all in different levels, yet we are all lifting up. Take time to acknowledge, to reach out and reach in. I think that'll do it for right now. On this eve of a new calendar year, celebrate the wonder of you, your magnificence, your glory, your courage, your ability to choose in each moment. That is truly magnificent, and so are you. The magnificence in me sees and recognizes and celebrates the magnificence in you. And so it is, dear ones. Namaste.